Sorry, weren't a little sooner. Yeah, that'll work.
It's got that. But there's probably enough in here that I think
Yeah.
it's only about that long.
Yeah. We're a little late today because I didn't want to burden myself with video while I was notching this prop. So I got the prop notch. We're getting ready to check it for perpendicularity.
Just measure out here 12.5 inches and glue up a block of wood on them lines, just like we did, and use a factory edge instead of an end grain. You know what I mean? Just measure out from that mark, whatever, 12.5 inches or whatever. And get them all in exactly the spot. What is that? That's a 13-inch prop.
14.
14. So you got 7 inches.
Make it 6. Or 6.5. Whatever. Measure out to the tip.
That's close. I made that mark at 6.5. That's close enough.
So what I did was, like I told you, I took that Forstner bit.
Keep grabbing that.
Huh?
Keep grabbing Sharpie. It's out of ink.
I took the Forstner bit and notched the back half and the front half, and they fit together like so. We'll glue it up. Then I'll come back with superfill that all in, sand it real nice, and that's my prop blank. That will go on this right here. I guess I'm going to be like the guy who's making his own engine, making my own stuff. Yeah, go in there. Oh, well. It's the coolest. Now, just because I'm making this and I'm going to try it, that doesn't mean that's going to be the best prop to work on there. But I got to do it just because I got to do it. Nothing else I can mold up one of them other big baseball bat propellers. Huh. I'm gonna have to re-drill that hole.
Yeah, you need to put the pin in there, and I think you need to relieve here and here to let that come around some.
Which I've already done like 10 times. Crap. Where'd that knife go? There we go. Now, in order to really make this right, we need to measure up here and glue a little tab on there.
We need, the height
Yeah,
markers. So we need to
measure that.
measure that and make sure that they're both the same.
Just glue a piece of, like a 1/4 inch piece of balsa on each spot, or whatever it takes to make it level. We can use that one. Where's the it looks to be like a 1/4 inch. I can't see it from there. No, it's
We'll take this and go like this.
okay.
.95.
Less than 1/4 inch, so
3/32.
3/16, you mean?
3/16 now.
That'll hold the blades from rocking. I also have something to flatten the back of the prop out too. I mean, 5 and 3. Good afternoon, Alexander, Kevin, Marcel, Miguel, or but working forward on the prop. I'm going to try to do a little bit of pipe tunnel work today and get another coat of dope on this thing, on the wings. What time is it? We kind of got a late start.
We can harden this up with some
12 o'clock already.
CA.
Not enough time in a day for all this crap. It's my tail wheel. Now, so 12 and 13. See that knife? Okay.
That's about perfect on that.
I think it should be 1/4 inch myself.
You know, it just barely fits into this side. This side, you got
And
quite a
that's,
bit of clearance.
and that's the factory edge. That's not gonna. Just use 1/4 inch. And that way they'll all be blocked up 1/4 inch and Is this where the pins are in this drawer here?
Pin.
I need one stick
The
pin.
Dremel tool drawer.
I need one stick pin. Where'd you get these little blue boxes? Harbor Freight?
No, I think I got them at Lowe's or Home Depot.
This is the old school method of making planes. I can't tell you how many times I sat on the living room floor during the chipmunk days and the shark days and all, long time ago, sticking pins through a set of plans to trace it out. Use this prop here.
Well, it's still got.
Yeah.
See that blade still.
That's all right.
It's close enough. It's.
It's all right. We'll fix it in the mold or after the prop is done. We'll just epoxy it together with 5-minute epoxy. Stand and hold it while it's.
Put a weight on it. Damn, it's glue.
Okay, now I need 13 and 14. See, now that I've, removed my workbench, I got no place to work. How close is it?
Problem is getting lined up with the crosshairs.
Oh.
It's close. It'll still needs to come around a little bit more.
You say it needs to come around a little more. What do you mean?
Rotate one on the other. Just gotta come around to the right some more. You're having to force it. We don't want to have to force it. We want it to just lay in there.
You want them Japanese chisels right now. I got it. I think it's probably got it. There it is. Well,
Don't press on them tips real hard because I didn't harden them up yet.
that's it right there.
Okay.
4 a.m. That must be where? Australia? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, pounce wheel, you can do that too. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way, just like I just did, for free. One cost of one stick pin. Crap, I gotta take this tape all the way off. Everything. My goal is this week to get the bottom on, so I can start sanding out the inside. Let's finish this cowl area. There we go. So I need to make the tail wheel mount. You good?
Hand marks here where the blades go, measuring off the center line.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get a little paper under there and mix up some epoxy and goop it in there.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll take this thing and we'll glue another block right here and shove it up against it and glue that down. And then we'll hold all of them tight that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they shouldn't go anywhere.
And then just put one weights in the center.
Yeah, just
Okay.
whatever it takes. Double check and make sure when you press down on that, you can't slide a piece of paper underneath this top blade right here. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that it's down all the way. Gonna have to press down on it, and you only want on that blade.
Why only on that blade?
Because that's got to go down and touch this bottom surface.
Oh, right. Well, we got a little gap there. So we need to cut it deeper. Of course, we got it all the way around. I don't think that's it. Yeah, that's not it.
So, nothing.
That's nothing to worry about because it goes around on all of them.
Okay. All right, if you're happy, I'll take over.
This is the magic prop. The $200 prop before I even get a prop. You just hardening them up.
Yeah, so we can't dent them.
Things that make you go, There we go. Yeah, I got over here about 9 or so. We didn't start the live show because we were notching them propellers and I didn't want to hear, well, you're not doing it right.
I had mill running.
So I did it in secret. And it was a trick. We hear that Brodak is set. There we go. I got guys trying to kick me off as king of video. 17 watchers. New Zealand, yeah. Well, where's Old Zealand? Good shoot. Anybody wants to buy one of these props, I'll sell them. $50 plus shipping. And the price could go up depending on how much the carbon's going to cost me.
You're giving them away. That price.
Danny said 100.
Yeah. 4-blade prop. Not 3-blade, not 2-blade. You gotta look at your labor. I mean, when you look at anybody that's in a business that's making parts and pieces, they account for every little single piece. Every piece of tow, every ounce of resin, every man hour that it takes for a guy to sit there and lay one of these things up. It might take an hour.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or more. That's just to lay it up. That doesn't, not including your time to mix the stuff up, to cut all the different parts of tow and stuff. That, you know, you might have, shoot, 3 hours in a prop.
Yeah, we might have to get $100 for them.
You know, and then material costs, and you know, you're going out of your way to buy stuff in bulk and all that stuff to, I mean, the only way you can make them is to buy it in bulk. Otherwise, you can't get the price down on them. It'd be $200 a prop. Just because of the difference in material costs.
Nobody going to buy anything from me. They don't want to see me succeed.
See, that thing's locked in there. It can't go anywhere.
Okay.
So how do you like that parchment paper now?
I like it a lot better than,
It is, isn't it?
yeah, wax paper's crap.
Oh, the new wax paper ain't worth the crap anymore. I don't think they put any wax on it hardly anymore.
I told you, when my dad, when I was younger, my dad had a paper route. LA Tribune, Herald Examiner, paper route. And we would do 2,000 to 3,000 papers a night. And we he had a 49 Merc, or no, it was Lincoln. And he'd go down the road and throw.
You just had to throw them in the driveway, basically.
Right,
or
yeah,
in the yard,
he'd steer with his knee and flip with his hands. And when we had rain, I would do it, we only did it like twice a week. They were throwaway papers. And so it wasn't an everyday deal. And when it would rain, we'd have the whole family out there folding newspapers with wax paper. And this wax paper was yellow and it was waxy. It felt waxy.
Well, you can look at the new wax paper and see that it doesn't. It used to be able to like almost take your fingernail and scrape the wax off of it and get it built up under your fingernail, but not anymore. That stuff just.
Did I ever tell you a story about my first bicycle?
I don't know about your first bicycle.
My first bicycle was a girl's bike that we built out of trash.
Sound like me.
In LA, they had, they do it once a month or whatever on a certain day. You throw out big shit, crap out of your garage, refrigerator, stoves, shit like that. Well, there's two stories about this. We picked that shit up. We had a panel at that time. We were throwing papers out of this white panel, and it was a 40s or maybe a 50 panel. And my dad spotted a big roll of, he thought it was carpet. He goes, oh, that's not carpet, that's jute. Okay, let's get it. So we get the jute and throw it back in the panel, and we're about to El Monte, and I go, oh, hey Dad, I'm Richard. He said, yeah, me too. And back then we had 6-volt lighting systems. You had to almost light a match to see if the light was on. So he flipped the dome light on, and you look back there, and you get a little glimpse of things jumping off that jute. It was filled with fleas.
That sucks.
That's why they threw away that new jute.
You bet. Yeah, better to throw it away than to try to salvage it. Find a shorter pin for that rather than a big 6-inch long one.
Days of my childhood.
Yeah.
Now all I gotta do is sand it straight. And get a back post in it. I'm itching. Yeah, me too. Damn.
No doubt about it.
Fleas.
We got fleas.
Hey, do me a favor and grab onto the back half of this. Gotta get it sanded. Just steady it, right? Like that. Yeah. Turn it over.
Side's the opposite on the other one.
Close enough. Now let's see how it fits.
Actually, maybe we better use that long pin in case it gets stuck in there. It's not to grab hold of. Try to wax the end of it. Yeah. Where'd my wax go?
Why is that not pulling down on there tight? Ha, that's why. Got a bump right there. When in doubt, whip out the sandpaper. It'll be fine.
Damn me, I can roll down. You got some mold release wax here then.
Yeah, I got some part all down there in that box with my bolt to toe.
That's about enough for one prop there.
Yeah, right. Should be in a green can, yeah. If it's any good, it might be moldy.
It looks like it's sealed.
Okay, we got this done. Now I need to guess where the tail wheel goes. That's the most important thing. So it goes right on there. How in the heck did I get that off so bad? I gotta take them out of there. They're crooked. It wouldn't hurt anything, but
No, but it's nice if they set over top of the one underneath of it.
well, they sit over the top. It's just not perfect. It seems that Jim Lynch is watching this. Gotta be just as nice inside as it is outside. off by a 1/4 inch or so. So is this one.
One on one side and mark one on the other side.
I guess that's what I did. Shit, it ain't even close to where it belongs.
I'd take my fuselage and mark it on the outside here real light in the pencil or something, and then set that on like it goes on there, and then transfer your mark.
Yeah, we're just trying to do it quick. Where's the,
There's a pencil around here somewhere.
huh? Might have to cut these again.
I just fill in all them gaps with a bunch of epoxy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Make sure it gooshes out real good. You put on plenty of it so it gooshes out. You got a nice big fillet on both sides of it. It was sort of funny just seeing. I'd use that arbor press to press these pins and these dies
What's
here.
up with this glue?
Well, I don't know. You probably out. I don't think I have any more of that thin spray. That was a new bottle not long ago. I don't have any more. That's medium turning into thick.
Yeah, it'll do that.
That's one hardened up in the bottle. That's foam safe, hardened up in the bottle.
Man, it's way off. Oh, I see what's. I see the optical illusion, my center line on the sheeting. The sheeting center line wasn't really a center line, it was a measuring mark to get enough sheeting to mold that thing. It'll be fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. Gotta have it in the pipe tunnel though, so it seals up the tunnel.
Yeah, it sort of helps.
Yep, that works perfect. Okay. This one here is a little off. Let's see how far off. If it's not too bad, I'll just leave it. But not tell Jim about it. Are you waxing up that rod?
I'm waxing it up. Yeah, we'll put on the second coat. Probably put on another one after that.
Yeah, I'm only off by 1/8 of an inch on this one.
Only an 8? Jeez. That's probably what you did, glued it on each side of the mark.
Yep.
I've done that more than once.
That looks a little better.
Nature of the beast. This. Let's put that little booger like that on there. Put the weight on top of that.
Now, what are you putting the? Are you using a short rod or what?
Using a long rod.
Well, how are you going to weight it with the long rod in it?
I'll find a weight with a hole in it. I want to. It probably won't glue itself in there now.
Boy, I missed my smoker.
And just think, I smoke cigarettes. I got to go outside, so I don't smoke
Yeah,
the
but
whole time you're ever
You
here.
got a puffer.
Yeah, I know, but I don't use it. I guess I could cut a piece that's just a little bit shorter than that total dimension there. It'd be enough to get a hold of it if we need to with a pair of pliers. I might do that.
It should be
That
all
way
right.
we won't have anything sticking out the top of it.
I can always drive it out with a drift.
Yeah, it'll pop right out of there. Where'd that cutoff wheel go that was in here?
It's in the box. I don't know where you put it, so that's where I put it. Okay, so let's cut a piece for the
They don't
tail.
fit in there when they're new. Too big.
Yeah. Billy's showing aircraft fly on this, but I don't see a need for that.
So what?
Tail wheel mount. Ain't gonna be as light as Billy anyway, so. I watched the flight of the Phoenix again yesterday.
Yeah, you know the Reno air races are on.
Are they?
Yeah, I watched the live thing of some home builts or whatever classes that is.
They ain't flying no Thunderbolts, are they?
No, but they had a 3/4 scale P-51 that was in it. It was a pretty neat looking little airplane.
Tail wheel mount. So I need to make a tail post.
You got a pattern for that in there on the plans?
Yeah.
You gotta get a bulkhead up above it. Or
Above what?
above the plywood mount.
No, it just glues into the floor. Glues right like that.
Up against that one bulkhead and then.
Yeah. Things that make you go,
Yeah, that they do. Now I got a cut. I'm gonna take these apart and every one of them on each end. I'm gonna mill one of these, a slot in one of these. So you can get a screwdriver in there and twist it. You know what I mean? Mill just a little
Yeah.
shallow groove in there. One by each one of those pins. That way we can pop them apart. I might have to redo all these. I got like,
2,000 hours in.
yeah, I got like 4,000 clearance, 2,000 on each side. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. So I might have to take either the male mold and mill it down a little bit. Well, I can't do that. I have to take the female mold and mill it out. Which, as long as nobody messes with my dials on this thing and readjust them for 0, I should be able. I got a marker on my stop, so I know where to stop it at, and I should be able to put everything back in there, okay, and have somewhat repeatability out of it.
Well, you're not building a watch. It doesn't have to be that damn close.
It got to be pretty close. I mean, you want the same relief all the way around it, you know, and my little mill isn't the most accurate, and I don't have a whole lot of brand new milling bits and all that kind of stuff, you know, to go in there, so I'm forced to.
This is not centered up. It's
Rough mill it and you don't fill the rest of that back here with a block.
No. Goes on the rudder. 1/8 on the rudder.
Yeah, it's a little block that fills that last little bit
Sheet,
out.
little sheet.
Oh, you cut it off?
1/8 on each side goes on the bottom of the rudder. See it right here.
Does that butt go all the way back to the end of the fuselage that you got there right now? Goes all the way to this pivot point?
Yeah. They're about close. I might have to put.
Oh yeah, you block the end it off.
I'll put a cap on it and block it.
I see what it's doing. Billy made a scale looking fin and rudder and they come out thick, and so he
Uh-oh, somebody's on face
shot
nose.
it in there. Mike Blunky is right now trolling.
Oh boy. Can hardly wait. Can hardly wait. Okay, where's that wire? Here's the wire. So we have this, and I guess I could go around this way. So I want to bend it. And it pliers, big pliers.
The top box, bottom drawer.
You ain't got no grandpa pliers in here, lineman, Klein?
There's probably a pair in there. Similar. Might not be Klein.
Them old grandpa pliers were good.
Yeah, I got regular old pliers in there. There you got some.
Craftsman. Thanks.
There's vice grips in there.
I'm just gonna fish it through there and glue
We
it.
bend it to where the thing's on the outside. Or the inside, I mean. Yeah.
You think you best
I've
with
been them wrong before. I know exactly. I have been them wrong. Look at it backwards. Hold that thing part upside down in your hands all it takes.
think you're messing with kids or what?
I gotta keep you in check, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'd expect you to do the same thing to me.
Okay, so now
I guess it's good enough. I
Yeah.
might just put some wet wax on there before I shove it down in there just for the hell of it.
it'll be fine.
Say you want to do that with 5-minute epoxy, eh?
Yeah, you know, because they still got to super fill it and sand it and all that. I mean,
Alright.
that's how I do most of my work with 5-minute epoxy. No, this way.
Epoxy hardener, 5-minute, formula, 5-minute.
You might have to.
You'll have to super fill it and all that or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Trust me, it'll be fine. They must have made these grinders for left-handed people.
Yeah, they are a little backwards, aren't they?
Because it doesn't matter where you hold it, it throws the shit in your face.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta hold it in your left hand and grind on the left hand side of whatever you're grinding on so it shoots it down to ground.
Okay, this is a tailwheel wire. It's not a big, complicated piece. Just, hey, we got a $20 super chat. That came from Christopher Everson. Thank you very much, Christopher. What is the original or the remake? Do you know a stunt pilot got killed making the original? I don't know what you were referring to.
The little P-51 I was talking about.
Oh.
The Reno Air Races, maybe.
4 a.m. New Zealand, waiting on a new plan to do an LA heat. Big airplane.
Big airplane, yeah.
I was in the market for one. I would pay about 100. I don't know what that is.
Prop.
I just joined. Are you going to mold a 4-bladed prop? Yes, that's what we're doing. What I'm doing now. I got about $200 invested and no prop yet.
This is gonna goose out and you're just gonna have to sand it off.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So I'm making sure it gets plenty in it. I don't want it breaking apart on you when you're trying to mess with it.
It'll be fine. Probably gonna take that up to show Bill. Well, I don't know if I want to show Billy or not, because if I do, he'll be making one.
He'll be wanting one.
If he wants one, that's fine. But
All right, let's get some weight on that puppy.
okay, in order, when I do these, I just glue it onto the wood. Then I take a drill bit and poke a bunch of holes in it. Put some wire on it. Or, wrap it with wire. What are we doing
I
there?
made the pin a little bit too long.
Go ahead.
Stupid me. I don't like that. See if I got another prop.
Now, that's long enough by itself.
Yeah, that's thicker than that.
Put a bunch of weight on it.
I'm gonna stick more one.
Hopefully the glue's not set up yet.
Well, but it's getting thick. Everything looks centered weight-wise. Down.
Cost me $50 just to make a blank so that I can spend or, mold one prop that cost me $200.
Yeah. That's about it.
This baby will be the coolest. You want to take them off this side here. If I can get this just a little bit further along, I'm probably going to bring this to Cleveland with me. Not to fly, just to show Billy. So he can go, ooh, ah. What'd you do that for?
Yeah, I got mine hanging on the wall in the basement.
That's won the world. And the gnats. Which I'll never do.
I wouldn't touch that thing until you're ready to leave for the day. That stuff will stay sort of stretchy.
Okay, I need to drill a bunch of little holes. And you got any line wrapping wire? Soft cotton wire?
Yeah, it's probably out in the car. Line box.
Kevlar thread?
How much of it?
Huh?
How much of it? All the wrap to do that tail wheel?
Yeah. Less a foot maybe.
It's right here on this little Jim Lee.
Why did you make that?
Just goofing around.
Yeah, because you can't use it.
Oh yeah, it works.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's got the hole down in it and it feeds the wire out between the two. I made three of them. I made a full size one, a medium size one, and that little one.
Show that on camera.
I had these little teeny clothespins. You probably can't see that.
Kick up there and hold it.
Hold on a second. See if I got the medium size one. This is the medium one.
Jim Lee's gonna get mad at you.
Hey. Yeah, you might get mad at me. Here we got these these line tying jigs that Jim come up with. They work real good. I got a larger one too, the full size one. Small, medium, large. I just thought it was sort of cute to make one. I had them little teeny clothespins and the medium sized clothespins. It was sort of cute.
About 25 or 30 years ago, we were at SIG. Jim had made those before, but he quit making them. And I said, hey, how come you're not making those anymore? He said, nobody wants them. I said, you're kidding. I'll take one. I'll take a couple. He said, what would you pay for them? I said, $20. So he started making them again.
Yeah, they come in handy.
A whole lot more work than $20 worth in it.
Yeah, it costs you $20 to make one in time and materials. You're gonna have to buy a whole bag of clothespins if you don't have any, and then you're gonna have to make up, drill holes and all that junk and take you. If you don't, you gotta make that little spool for the wire. So yeah, it's got a little bit of time involved in it, materials. I don't think $20 is too much to ask for that. Of course, everybody's gonna want it for $5 or $7, like it was made in China or something.
And our control line guys are cheap. And lazy. I got no time. Yeah, well.
You got to make the time.
90 days, I got a Thunderbolt. If you guys would have been building along with me 1 hour a day, you'd have one too.
Yeah, but you condense 90 days into 2 months.
No, it's only, I started out in August. Wait a minute, in June.
Yeah, but still, you didn't just go an hour a day. You did 6 and 8 hours and 10 hours on Saturdays and stuff like that, which that's 10 days.
Yeah.
In one. If they only went an hour a day and went by that adage, then they're behind you.
Yeah, 120 days.
Yeah.
It's about 120 hours in this so far. And the real work doesn't start until the finish starts going on. Especially with a model like this. I haven't debated. I don't think I'm gonna go for spray shine. If I don't get on the front row because no spray shine, so be it. We'll see where we are when the weight comes up at 30 ounces now. It's pretty beefy.
Yeah, nothing's coming off of it anymore. It's all going on. I mean, the very little bit that you are going to take off from sanding the inside of the fuselage or whatever, and contouring the outside shape ain't nothing. It really isn't any.
No,
It's not significant.
You won't even read on the scale. But if I don't do it,
oh yeah, you have to do it. That's a necessity.
I'm sitting here wrapping this thing. Make sure you do a good job on this because it's kind of a disaster if you have one of these come undone inside the fuselage. I've done surgery on airplanes and I don't much care for it. You can fix them, but
It can be a PETA. Be a pita.
That Thunderbolt that Billy's got on the man in his museum when he's holding it, when it's in this shape here, you know, except the wings are, I wonder what it weighs right there at that stage. And you'll never get him to tell you.
Well, I'm getting hungry. 1 o'clock.
Well, guys, it looks like we're gonna have to do lunch. And we could possibly come back after lunch. There will be, either way, there will be some more video on this airplane today because this is my weekend and this is all I do. As soon as I get this done, we'll go to lunch. Now, I use 3/32 wire. I don't like the 16th inch wire for tail wheels. Too springy. I think that's what John's giving me here. 16th, let's see here. No, that's not 16th. It's not 3/32. I don't know what it is. What size wire is this?
Beats the hell out of me with that size that you got right there.
Well, fortunately, it's a short piece. It's
Where's that little cutoff at? Let's see. Point 080.
88,000.
80,000.
I knew it wasn't 6250.
Somewhere between 560, probably 564s. It's a little less than 3/32, so could be a metric wire, because all this music wire we're getting anymore is all done in metric anymore.
Okay, when we come back from lunch, I'll glue that in, and that's probably all we're gonna get done today, but I don't know. I'll be back later at my house for sure. Oh, I want to get some dope on that after lunch. That's what I'll do. 'Cause I can finish this at home without a problem, but I have a problem with the dope, so we'll do the doping after lunch. Just put a couple coats on this thing and be done. That looks going to come out okay.
Yeah. Better than that medium stuff. And you're not the only one that had trouble with that medium from what I was reading on Stunt Hanger. Some other guys are having problems with Burdak medium silk span. I know that I had problems with the lightweight with pinholes. And,
I got no pinheads.
that you know of right now.
There won't be any. I can tell. There won't be none. Now,
Yeah, I didn't notice them until I started getting the first coat of color on it. That's when I noticed them. It's a behemoth.
the big mama. It's a mama.
You could do your staff and elevators like you did that fin and rudder. Save some weight.
No. I could, but no thanks.
Beats putting 6 ounces of lead in the nose of it.
I won't have to. I won't have to. The only thing is, it is short nose. It's 9-inch nose. All right, guys, we're going to lunch. We'll see you after lunch. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya. Thanks for the super chat, Chris.